All right, let's do this. Happy Pride, Victor.
Huh?
Happy Pride.
Oh yeah. That's the thing that's happening because we are totally recording this episode in June.
We're back after another week. Happy Pride, Victor. I don't know if you've been feeling very festive recently.
Yeah, like my Saiyan pride's been like an all-time high. I don't know about you.
No, Victor. Not your saying pride. It's Pride Month. Let's get that out of our system. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Don't go clipping that out of context.
Don't clip it out of
Don't
context.
clip it out of context. We love our thems in our audience. We love y'all. Oh man, yeah. Shout out us for not doing a tacky Pride gimmick. You know, like get the Momscast logo in rainbow.
We're like Dream. We are gonna get all the proceeds of Momscast.
This could also be taken incredibly out of context.
We're gonna get all the proceeds of Momscast during June, and then proceed to not do a single thing to generate profit.
Oh my god, dude! Oh, yikes! Let's just keep getting bad sound bites for the rest of this episode. You know, let's just make sure everything can be clipped. Momscast gets clipped out of context. Momscast gets canceled. Liberals. And with that, welcome to the 38th episode of Mom Said It's My Turn on the podcast. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Victor.
And it has been quite a week. A lot of shakeups. Started a new job recently.
I got a new internship.
I can't tell you exactly where. Just know it starts with an F and ends with a BI.
And I've sold my soul to our corporate overlords.
It's really sad, you know. You play Stardew Valley, you know that game's all about not caving into your corporate overlords.
You know when I'm born in the position that my grandpa gives me a tax-free, like 100 acreage farm for free to take whenever I get tired of my job, I'll stop sucking up to my corporate overlords.
No, that's so real. I put up with a lot of like BS at jobs. Not my current job. I actually really like my current job. But like, oh man, some of my last jobs, I would put up with so much garbage. And I was like, please give me a paycheck. Please.
My previous jobs, I had the privilege for my previous jobs to like be fun.
Yeah.
And to not have to suck up to shitty bosses. I think that the best dynamic I had with my bosses is that we had two bosses that were supposed to oversee two different parts of the operation, and they act like divorced parents.
Yeah. I am going to be honest, I've never really had like a bad boss asterisk at a job I worked at. Because it's like, I'm trying to think through my jobs. It's like, I liked my Kmart job. My like managers, I would always be on with the night manager because I was like a teenager. I had to work the night shift. And she was like super chill. Like she was like real, and like the other managers there, sometimes I would work with them. They were just like, yeah, just do your job, you know? We're not going to like be like super weird about this, you know, just do your job. It's like at my warehouse jobs, it's like, yeah, same thing. My managers were super chill at, union. So they were a little more on my ass about stuff, but even then, like they were still really chill guys.
I mean, at my college job, it was like, okay, your direct bosses are also students.
Yeah.
So it's like really chill unless you're like doing stupid stuff.
Now, I had an asterisk. Actually, I didn't say it. Here we go. Asterisk. I'll edit that in post. I have had bad experiences with student managers. I
haven't.
I'm not going to name names or talk about like specific jobs, but
you know who you are.
You know who you are, yeah. But I've had problems with student managers just because I feel like they don't, at least the ones I've had and experience with, they don't know how to separate themselves as like a student and like college age individual from like, hey, this is a professional environment. Or it's like sometimes they like, I feel like they struggled to find a middle ground. So it's like they were a little bit like too chill, or they were a little too like strict. Like I had somebody where it's like they weren't my supervisor. They weren't my direct supervisor. They were in a role adjacent to my supervisor.
So they were on top, like they were like on top of you, but they weren't in charge of you.
Yeah, exactly. They were up the totem pole from me. It's like I'm like the third peg on the totem pole, but I answered directly to the top peg on the totem pole.
Yeah.
I did not engage with the second peg on the totem pole. That was not like thing that I did. But you know who was always on my ass about shit? Second on the totem pole. Always on my ass about stuff.
Well, I had the luck of having really chill student bosses.
Yeah.
And then I myself became a student boss at one point. And it would pain me because I would only like be like on people's asses when they were like doing stuff that I had already told them not to do.
Yeah.
Because I had this one, because I worked at a restaurant in a kitchen in the back of the house work.
Line cook.
I cook. We are running with hot food, hot pans, fire, oil.
Oh yeah, you got to be paying attention. You got to be paying attention. Yeah.
You can get burned. And this one guy, okay, and in our employee thing, the first thing they tell you is, please come in jeans or some other like
pants. Yeah, like thicker
like,
material.
Thicker material pants. Like, don't do joggers, don't do like cotton pants.
Yep.
Don't do like linen pants. Just bring something that if you get like hit with a bit of oil, because if you get a bunch of oil, you're gonna burn regardless. But please bring something that like you get a bit of oil splash in your legs. You are not gonna get like a third-degree burn right away.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna like melt your like cock to your balls.
This is one guy. He comes in with joggers. It's his first day. I'm like, all right, you came in with joggers.
Question: sweat joggers or khaki joggers?
Sweat joggers.
Eesh.
I'm like, he goes, I'm like, okay, it's his first day. It's fine. I'll move you from where I genuinely need you to somewhere where you can work
and not get burned. Or
instead of working the fryers, I'm gonna have you work the register.
Yeah.
Okay. Second time he comes around, same shit. I send him home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I sent him home.
So you know that like TikTok soundbite where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to go clock out for me.
Yeah, and then third time
you should just get fired.
Sent home, written up, told my boss about it.
Yeah, like dude, like when I start a job, like I like 90-day probation, 90-day probation, you best be on your best behavior for those like 3 months.
I was talking about this with Nat, but every time I've started like a job where like I'm not working for a family member,
yeah,
sometimes the people around me I feel like are so stupid. The other people that come in with me,
yeah,
I don't get, because I don't think I am particularly quantitatively smarter than the average person. I think I think you are. I think you are.
Definitely.
I think that I am a normal person, and if anyone has the kind of education that I got, which is a general high school education and a bit of college. Give me a sec, my camera fell.
Oh my god. So Victor was in the middle of saying something, and then he knocked his webcam off of his monitor.
Okay, we're back. Yeah, I like a little bit of indication. I've got my high school diploma and or GED depending on your situation, and like a little bit of college. Okay, I think you should be able to do any non-skilled job just fine.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just fine.
Absolutely.
But then I get there and it's like, this guy can't understand that he needs to bring jeans. This other guy doesn't understand. This other guy doesn't understand how to use the pizza oven without burning the pizza. My guy, you just gotta pull them out.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard. It's not that deep. Yeah. All right. Momscast life advice. When you start a new job, this is going to be a two-pronged advice thing. When you start a new job, first of all, 90-day probation period, you best be on your best behavior for the first 3 months that you're working there.
You're a goody two-shoes, okay?
You are following stuff by the book. You're doing everything you can to not fuck up.
Even if your coworkers say, you know, this is like not what you're supposed to do, but it makes it easier.
Nope, don't do that.
At least for the first 90 days, you do it by the book.
But and so then after that, second prong of advice, two-prong advice. Figure out who the worst person at the job is. You need to figure out who the worst person there is, and you need to work slightly better than them.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
That's all you need to do, and you will thrive in the working world. It is so easy. You should never be the worst employee at your job, because then you're in danger. You're in the danger zone. If you are second worst at your job,
you're fine.
If you're second worst at your job, you're chilling. This this does not apply to like summer internships.
Summer internships, you gotta bust your fucking ass up because if you don't, they're not gonna hire you.
Yeah,
okay?
that too. But with like internships though, like you don't have to worry. Like it's okay for you to be the worst person there. You're there to learn.
Yeah, you're there to learn.
At a summer job, like, yeah, absolutely. Figure out who the worst person there is. Be slightly better than them at bare minimum. Be slightly better than them.
If it's not like an internship where you're like, you know, trying to get a job in the future, you don't have to be the best person either. Unless you really love the job.
Okay, however,
do what you want
if there is another intern there, if you have two interns or multiple interns, then you gotta try a little bit.
You gotta try. You gotta, because there's another intern. You not only gotta try, you gotta make sure that motherfucker doesn't succeed. Okay, that's when you go into his like house in the middle of the night and just like tape him to his bed so that he's late next day.
You know, that's like, I wouldn't even say you tape the bed. You got to be a little bit more subtle. That's you lay a nail like in front of a tire. You put some sugar in the gas tank.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, of course. Let me tell you a story, actually.
Oh, really?
Now let me tell you a story, son. So when I worked at, we hired a guy, and we called him Fat Pat.
Fat Pat.
We called him Fat Pat.
Was he running food theory?
No, yeah, we called him Fat Pat. Yeah, Fat you, Patrick. But so we had this guy named Fat Pat, and the reason we called him like Fat Pat really wasn't like a derogatory thing. It really wasn't. It was just like in that warehouse environment. The way it worked was we were understaffed. We were understaffed by maybe about like a third to a quarter of our workforce. Like there were maybe 12 of us. We needed like 16. And so what would happen was if there was a lot of stuff coming down the conveyor belt, we were stacking trailers. And so if there was a lot of stuff coming down your specific conveyor belt, and you couldn't keep up with it, it was expected that somebody who didn't have a lot of stuff would come out and help you. And so Fat Pat was kind of bad at his job. Like, just kind of bad at his job. And so we would put him on the side of the conveyor belt where not a lot of stuff would happen. And so it was really easy. So he would have an easy shift. I was really good at my job. And so I would always get put on like the more difficult stuff, which was fine for me. I really liked doing it. It was really fun. It was like playing Tetris. It was like playing Tetris, dude.
In my opposite of that is that if you're good at a food service job, you are never gonna get a regular shift. They're always gonna schedule you for your opening or closing.
Yeah.
I was notoriously a closer.
But so anyways, I've got a couple things with Fat Pat. But the reason why we called him Fat Pat was because he would see you getting slammed, and so you would like scream, "I'm getting slammed." Obviously, you'd scream it much more like loudly. I would sound like I'm from Jersey or really from Philly, if I were to actually go for like a full yell, but it's kind of late, so I'm not going to go for the full yell.
And then you throw some swear words in there too.
Yeah, exactly. You throw some swear words in there. You'd say, I'm getting slammed. And it was expected that somebody on the other side of the belt, which was the easy side of the belt, would come over and help you. And so there was one day, we're getting a bunch of car parts. I don't know exactly what they were. They were like bolts, though. So they were these little dense...
They were bolts, okay.
They were little dense packages. They were different sizes, so it was really hard to like stack them efficiently. And we would get a ton of them because one of the trucks, like the long box ones, one of the trucks would come back completely full. And it would all go to me. It would all go to me. And so there's one day I'm getting killed on the belt. And I am like, I'm getting fucking slammed. And I look across the belt, and Fat Pat is there leaning against the side of his trailer with his arms crossed, 1 foot kicked up on the wall. I'm like, I didn't say anything because I didn't really want to start any shit in the middle of my shift. But I'm like, you piece of shit. You fucking dick. Like, I'm getting killed. You're making eye contact with me as I'm getting killed. And you're standing there. Time to lean, time to clean, buddy. Like, you know. And so that's why we called him Fat Pat, because he was just lazy. He didn't really like helping. And so, like, this would go on for a little bit. And he also, like, never really got in on our conversations. He would always, like, go on his phone instead of, like, come and talk to us. And he worked there for, like, 3-4 months. And there was one day...
Patrick.
We never called him Fat Pat to his face. And this is where it's like, okay, maybe we were a little mean here. Me and my buddy at work, we're chilling. We're like squatting in a can. Also, if you ever ship stuff, make sure you've patted it as thoroughly as you can, because we will, like, people throw those packages, people sit on them. So we were sitting on a couple boxes, and like we're sitting and we're like talking like football or some shit. Because it was like right when like Dak Prescott signed a big contract extension, and Fat Pat comes up, and Fat Pat comes up to us, and my buddy just instinctively goes, "Oh, hey, what's up, Fat Pat?" And he takes a second to process it. And, like, the gears, like, turn, and he, like, processes what was just said. I'm like, oh, my God, you're fucking stupid. I'm, like, looking at my buddy. I'm like a little slack-jawed. I'm, like, catching flies. I, like, close my mouth, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, my God, you're fucking dumb. And Fat Pat looks at us. He goes, did you just call me Fat Pat? And we're like, and my buddy's like, sorry. And he put us 2 weeks in that day. He put in his notice that very day. And we were like, oh shit, man. Like, now we all feel like dicks. And like, our boss was like, yeah, you know, it happens. It happens. Just, you know, make sure it don't happen again. The other story I had with Fat Pat, and this one may be getting a little, I don't know, again, I may not be painting myself in the best light here. It's just a funny thing that happened when I was at work one time. And so what happened was, I was a little hungry. Because when I worked at I would work like noon to 8 most of the time. Sometimes noon to 9.
8-hour shift.
And
Classic
so
8-hour shift.
So like I would do noon to 8. I would get back at like around like, you know, maybe like a half hour after my shift. You know, shower, eat dinner, play Destiny 2 until 4 a.m. It was a bad time in my life. So there was one day I woke up at like 11:30, and I was like, I've got to go to work. I've got to go to work right now. And so I didn't have time to eat food or anything. I'm starving on my shift. And so I go on my phone. I fire up DoorDash. Oh. Thank you for that. Really, thank you. I fire up DoorDash, and I see what's nearby and what's going to give me like the most food for the cheapest. And I get some Arby's.
Ugh.
You know, oh, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it right now. I get a beef and cheddar,
we've got the meats.
I get a beef and cheddar meal, and it gets there. They gave me 2 things of fries, and I was working right next to Pat, And I was like, hey, Pat, do you want this extra thing of fries that they gave me? And so I'm chilling in my trailer. I'm just like sitting on some boxes, eating my food. And I finish my food. I go over to talk to my buddies. I look over into Pat's trailer. The guy is hunched like Gollum in the corner of this trailer, like scarfing down these curly fries. I'm like, dude, nobody cares if you eat on the job. And he made eye contact with me as I'm like looking at him. Again, he's like literally like crouched like Gollum, just like with these fries. I'm like, dude, nobody's taking them away from you.
That's so funny.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of like funny work stories. Most of my work stories, it's like pretty gruesome shit or like not good stuff. Like,
oh no, my work stories are pretty chill. Like,
a guy got scalped at the warehouse by the conveyor belt. He wasn't paying attention. He got scalped by it. It's like most of my work stories are like bad. Because most of my work has been pretty uneventful. It's just the bad stuff that sticks with you.
I don't know. My work experience is so much different than Brandon's work experience, and it's so funny. Because it's like, oh yeah, we would like get swamped, but like I think that the worst thing that ever happened while I was working was one time I cut myself because I had been chopping lettuce for half an hour, so I was going through the motions, and then I just like snipped the tip of my thumb.
Yeah, when I was at a guy sliced his thumb like bad enough to the point he had to go to the hospital. And so I got left by myself in the trailer. It was the guy I was working with. He just wasn't like, I feel like with work stuff, it's like, it's whenever you get complacent that you get into an accident.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And like, I've worked in pretty like, situations where you need to be paying attention or something could happen to you, except for like, I got an office job last year during the school year. Fucking like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just my upbringing.
I think in my heart of hearts, I would love to be a line cook, working food service, work something like dynamic where like front. I would love to be a sous chef and not at a fancy restaurant, but I would just like to be in charge of a line and work in the line too. But I understand that to like live how I want to live and give myself the life I want to give myself, that's like not the kind of job that I want to have. Like,
see, for me, I just intend on marrying into wealth.
No, I'm gonna get my engineering degree.
Look, you're in a good spot, Victor. You're in a good spot to marry into some wealth.
Oh, you know it.
Like Nat's family, they're oil barons. Like you're in a good situation. You're in a really good situation.
Yeah, I know. They have like what, like they have like 2,000 acres of like oil fields in Texas.
Yeah,
which is like, I mean, it's not that big of like an oil field, but it's just alright.
Maybe they'll give you like, I don't know, like 20 acres. We build the Momscast complex there.
20 acres, like for dowry reasons,
Yeah, exactly. God, dude. But like I feel like I feel like in my heart of hearts, I'm like born to do like blue collar stuff. I think it's just like an upbringing thing, really.
I definitely I think mine's an ADHD thing. Because like I like learning on the job, and I think you can learn a lot in corporate environments. Because like I'm doing an internship right now. I'm doing data science, which for my ADHD brain, absolutely terrible, right? I have to sit there and look at like tables of like basically Excel sheets on Excel sheets.
Yeah.
Right? I learn a lot because I'm learning like what stuff is important to look at to like get conclusions of stuff.
Yeah.
But would I rather be working a line? Absolutely. And like, there's a lot of things I would rather do than look at. But you gotta when you go to college, don't go to college for a hobby. Go to college.
No, then it's work. Yeah.
You know,
I'm scared. I'm
go
scared
to
if we ever
college for
blow
work.
up. I'm scared if we ever blow up. I'm scared if we ever blow up because then this is work and this is not Brandon and Victor drink and have a conversation for an hour.
Yeah, and
I'm scared of
like,
that.
I would enjoy this more than a regular job. Like, yes, but then it loses the fact that this is like Victor and Brandon catch up time versus like Victor and Brandon have to make the big bucks now.
Yeah. You know what else I'm scared of?
This mid roll.
Hey, Victor, did you, I know this is a bit much to ask. Did you upload your audio file yet?
No.
3 days later.
Hey, Brentino. You perhaps finished editing the episode yet?
So about that, the Destiny 2 expansion came out. I'm a little preoccupied.
3 weeks later.
Hey Victor, did you make the Instagram posts yet? The episode's ready to go up.
Me and I are playing Fortnite right now, and I just like kind of spent like $50 in skins, so I'm trying to like play my way out of it.
You didn't use like the Momscast Amex, right?
No.
Many months later.
Hey, Brandon, I'm working on the Instagram post for the episode. You haven't finished the thumbnail yet?
Yeah, so I know you had some ideas for the thumbnail. I just think it's a really bad look for us to do Hillary Clinton versus Nancy Pelosi boxing match for the thumbnail. I see the vision, but like maybe we take it in a different direction.
I mean, if that's what you think, it's cool. I think it's a really good idea, but if that's what you think, it's good. I mean,
Eventually.
hey, what's up?
Hey, Victor, it's Brandon. Did you follow @Momscast on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube?
So first, my phone like quantum phased like to my desk, so it's like stuck in the middle of my desk, and then like a cartoon so came from like under my floor all the way up to my ceiling and like cut a hole, taking my phone with it. So like I can't really access it right now, but I'll be sure to do it later.
How are we having this conversation?
75 years later.
Hey, Brandon. So I'm seeing that in our Trello board, you are like working on rating the episode 5 stars and answering the polls on Spotify. So can you give me like story points or an ETA for that?
Yeah, so slight problem. I can get to it after I resolve it. However, your use of the Momscast Amex on Fortnite skins has gotten us in big trouble. So, in addition to issuing a public apology to Lin-Manuel Miranda, in addition to our legal fees from the Planet of the Apes incident, in addition to our legal fees from last year with Avatar, you know, I got a couple more fish to fry than rating us 5 stars on Spotify and answering our episode polls.
Okay, that's
Maybe
fine.
like, man, I don't know, maybe like I just feel like, you know, we're 50-50 co-owners of this company, and I feel like I end up doing a lot more of the executive work on top of editing the episode and making the thumbnail and like
think-
uploading stuff. And half the time I make the Instagram post. I'm just saying.
So I think this would be a good time to ask you about the OnlyFans charges I saw on the company MasterCard.
All right, we're back. That took a little bit. That like took us a little longer because we had to scrap our original concept. Our original concept was, I think we can say what the original concept was.
Go ahead.
I think we can say it. You know, I just feel like I feel like us doing like a realistic depiction of like freezing to death. I just don't think it was a good mid roll.
No. It got really cold because you insisted on me turning down my AC all the way up, but that like didn't really make much of a difference because it only goes down to 16 feet.
It just wasn't coherent because I mean you're sitting the whole time like
A lot of what I do is shaking, and we're not a video podcast. It doesn't
No,
translate.
exactly. I mean, like, we record this with like webcams on, but like you were like blue by the end of it.
Anyways,
Me and Victor, I'm sure if you follow us on Instagram at Momscast, you probably saw our little apology note. What we didn't include there was the Stardew Valley sessions,
which we should get back to be honest.
we should another time though, another time.
Another time.
Victor, who's like? Let's. I want you to rank 1 through 6 the available bachelorettes in Stardew Valley for me.
You already know who number 1 is, but let's start from.
I know who number 1 is, but let's like work our way from the bottom. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we're counting down the top 6 bachelorettes in Stardew Valley. Number 6.
I'm gonna start with number 6. I'm gonna put Amaru at number 6.
You never like racist or something?
Oh, I just don't like smart girls.
Yeah.
I'm not into smart girls. I'm sorry.
You feel inferior?
No, I don't feel inferior. I just have a thing. I just find it really hot when a girl does something like really dumb, like you know.
Victor likes bimbos. Confirmed.
like no disrespect to my girlfriend. She's a very smart person, but I find it really hot when she does really dumb things. You know what I mean?
I don't, but go off, King. You know, I've got to pull up that picture of like Future with like the Bible of misogyny.
Who's next? Leah.
Really? Okay.
I just don't fuck with the storyline. Fuck with the storyline.
Let me give my number 6 as well here. My number 6, I'm gonna go with Abigail at number 6.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Abigail at number 6, and mostly just because I think she's kind of a prick. I think she's kind of a prick. I think she's a little too edgy. It's very much like a teenage angst, and I don't fuck with it.
Fair enough.
I see too much of myself at age like 16 through 17 in Abigail, and I just can't. Which is reflective of when I started playing Stardew Valley in 2018 at the age of 16. I was enamored with Abigail.
For my number 5, I have to go with Leah. I don't fuck with the storyline. I just, don't fuck with the storyline. And I think that's fine. I think, that's all I have, the reason I have to give.
That's fair. For me, I'm going to go with number 5. I'm going to put Maru here. Unfortunately, I just kind of find her a little dull. And also, like, her heart event, that, like, first heart event you have with her, where it's like, you walk in and Demetrius is like, I wouldn't want anything to compromise her studies, if you see what I mean. It makes me think a little bit too much of the time I had a girl's stepdad say it wasn't the anything you do to her, I'll do to you. It was the exact verbiage was quote, if you get her pregnant, I will kick your teeth in, end quote. The funny thing was, this guy, like, was medically discharged from the Air Force and was a fat fuck. And in my mind, I said, like, okay. In my mind, I was like, dude, I'd love to see you try. Okay, my number 5. I already gave my number 5. What's your number 4?
Number 4. You should do number 4. You should do your
sure. We'll do like a snake. Yeah, we could do a snake. Yeah. Number 4. I'm gonna go with Leah. I'm gonna go with Leah here. I'm artsy. I'm like so cottagecore. Not really. I mean, I'm artsy, but like
you are more cabin core, Yeah.
I'm log cabin core. I'm not cottagecore.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I don't know. I fuck with the storyline a good amount. I think it's fun. I think it's pretty fun for Stardew Valley. I don't know. It's just by vibes,
Well, for now, our lists aren't too different.
Okay,
right.
Actually, no. Correction. My reasoning for number 4 is I think Leah works. I think headcanoning Leah as a lesbian makes more sense to me.
Okay, that's fine.
I think she's a lesbian.
That's fine. Because right now our lists aren't too different. Because my number 4 is Abigail.
Okay.
Yeah. So Abigail, in my opinion, is a little bit too childish. You know, I think because like the good thing about Stardew Valley is that all the bachelors are like an age range. You know.
Oh yeah, you
So,
know, like Sam's like a teenager, Sebastian's like early 20s, Shane
Yeah, you know.
and like Harvey are like 30s,
Yeah,
and like
and
Elliot's like
Elliot
late
is
20s. I'd say late 20s for
Elliot's clearly an eldritch being, like timeless eldritch being. Like,
That's
have
all
you
of
seen
them,
that
right?
drawing?
Like that's the 6 of them, right? I feel like Alex is also like
And Alex, yeah.
Alex, I'd
And
say
the-
is like 19 or 20, like out of high school. It's a good range, yeah. Like, and then it's like for the bachelorettes, I think you have like the same thing because it's like Abigail very clearly supposed to be like a teenager. I don't want to
Maru, teenager.
Maru, yeah.
Maru's Leah is in her late
Maru
20s, I
like
think.
teenager, but like teenager is in like 19, so like
College
technically
freshman.
College freshman. Absolutely, yeah. Penny, like maybe like college senior.
No, we're not there yet. Leah,
okay.
Leah,
Leah's
Leah's
late 20s.
late 20s.
Late
Clearly
20s.
late 20s.
Actually, maybe
But
mid 20s. Maybe mid 20s.
That gets us to my number 3, I think, right? Number 3?
Yeah, because it's your turn on the snake.
Yeah, number 3 is clearly my girl, Penelope. Okay?
That's actually really funny because that's my number 3 as well. I like Penny. I like the story. You know, you can get
I
her
like
out of
Penny.
a pretty bad situation. I know a lot of people are
Yeah,
like,
true.
I don't like Penny in her like Too Hard event. She like pushes George in the wheelchair without like asking. And if you like are like, hey, you should have let George do that like himself, she like loses friendship points with you. It's like, yeah, that's just her being like embarrassed and thinking you don't like her. You know, that's not her getting mad at you. And also it's like
Penny
it is a shit thing
Penny
to do,
wants
but it's
to
like
help.
It's good intentions. It's good intentions. It's just like, yeah, you know, maybe don't do that.
Penny wants to help, and in a way,
Yeah.
Penny is a pillar of the community while being in a really shitty situation.
Yep. Yeah, she is. Her you know, her mom's the town alcoholic who is also the bus driver, which is a little scary, but
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
you can even if you don't like marry Penny, it's like you can still get them a house. Like it's still nice, you know. And she like
It's
does a
still
good thing. She like teaches the children. It's good. It's a good thing.
She's nice. She's nice. I think let me hear your number 2, because I don't know, because I know we know which
It's
two
like-
are coming. I want to know the order.
What would you say for like Penny though? Like I would say like senior in college or like very freshly out of college.
Penny's like Penny definitely just finished her early education degree.
Yeah, exactly. Like early education, so like 23. You know, maybe like
Yeah.
not like
Early
very
20s,
early
20s.
early mid 20s. I would say.
Early to mid 20s. Yeah, 23-ish, 24, maybe 20, maybe 22 on the lower end.
23 plus or minus 1.5.
Yeah.
I would say that as like the acceptable age range for like headcanoning Penny. My number 2, and this shifts for me a good amount. Number 2, I gotta go with Haley.
You know what? I gotta agree too. Like, as
You
much
son
as
of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. As much as I
Kakarot, you
love Haley-
dog.
as much as I love Haley, you know, as that number 1 is just like
No.
you know.
Let's talk about this one for a little bit.
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I
Haley-
like Haley because she's mean to me. She's mean to me at the start. And I have some damage that does something to me. I've got something like is wrong in my brain.
I don't like Haley because she's mean to me. I like Haley because she's dumb and blonde.
Victor likes bimbos. Momscast. This is gonna be one of the posts. Victor hearts bimbos. God.
I like Haley because she's dumb and blonde, and I think I also like Haley because you can get like big Haley hearts very early on if you collect daffodils, which are so easy to get.
So here we go. This is a peek behind the curtains for our Momscast heads. Also, I was re-listening to an episode. I forget which one it was. We were like, "What should we call you guys? What should we call our Momscast heads?" It's like, dude, we've already been calling them Momscast heads for like ever. Okay, so this is a peek behind the curtain for you Momscast heads. On how we do the posts. And so usually the way it works is as I'm editing the episode, I edit a Google Doc, which is just the post, like what to include for the post. It's like the best like Momscast out of context. And so I think this one should be the two of us with like Chad faces. So maybe I'll like edit like the drawing of Chad, or maybe we use the Giga Chad pictures from the thumbnail. Reasons for liking Haley. Victor's is like dumb and blonde, and mine is like is mean to me. I think that'll be a really good post.
That'll be a really good post. That's actually a really good post.
I think so. I think that'll be really good.
And now, if you guys know anything about Stardew Valley, by process of elimination, you know
what's your headcanon age for Haley? Because mine is probably also early 20s.
Haley is in her earlier 20s. I think
earlier
Haley
20s,
is,
like 21, 22.
Haley is 19, 21.
I would say that 20 plus minus 1. Yeah.
Yeah. I think by process of elimination, we've got like best girl. Stardew Valley best girl. Wait. Honorable mentions. Oh no, before we get there, honorable mentions.
Honorable mention Krobus.
No, non-eligible bachelors. Non-eligible like females in Stardew Valley.
Non-eligible female. Yeah, Robin. I would say honorable mentions. My honorable mentions in order is probably honorable mention like 3, 2, 1.
Let me see what you have to say, and I'll tell you what I have to say.
Honorable mention. I'd say Robin, Caroline, Krobus.
I think it's gonna go. Krobus is gonna go in order. 3, 2, 1. Robin, Krobus, Caroline.
Okay.
I like Pierre's wife. I installed the mod where you can fuck Pierre's wife.
Oh yeah. I should be allowed to install a mod where I can just like club Pierre to death. I should be allowed to install that mod, like that should be a mod.
Every time Pierre says something mean to me, I'm one step closer to buying my seeds from Joja.
Anytime it's like I hear the villagers talking about the great produce that they bought at Pierre's, and they're like thanking Pierre for it, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Anyways, number one is our girl.
All right, hold on. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Emily.
Emily. We like Emily. She is dumb, but not dumb.
No, she's not. She's an empath.
Airhead.
She's an empath. She is an airhead.
She's an airhead. Which for me goes into dumb. She is not blonde.
She's an airhead, but she's not like stupid,
Yeah.
She's an empath. She's an empath.
She's an airhead. She has, she's nice. I like her storylines. I like camping. A lot.
Oh my god. Okay, so me and Victor, we were playing Stardew Valley multiplayer, and it low-key became a race to who can date Emily the first. And so what happened was
I won.
Through spring 1, what happened was I danced with Emily at the flower dance because I had 4 hearts with Emily, and Victor had like 3 3/4.
Yeah.
And so Victor had to dance with Shane at the flower dance. And that was pretty funny. Not for any reason, just because like Victor was like beefing with it. And then I see like I'm like, Victor, I'm fishing. Where are you at? And he's like, I'm nowhere. I checked the map. Victor's in town. Victor's running to the saloon. I'm like, you piece of shit. I'm like, you fucking bastard. Because like earlier, it was like the day before. I see in the chat box, Victor has gotten the achievement for reaching 8 hearts with somebody. I'm like, oh no. Because we had to keep separate chests on liked gifts for Emily and the other villagers because we would just like take them otherwise.
Yeah.
And so I see the day after Victor has gotten the achievement for reaching 8 hearts with somebody, Victor has begun dating Emily. And I was like, oh, you piece of shit. Even though it's like I'm like going out with Emily on my single player world. And so a couple days later, I get spiteful. And I'm like, you know what? I think in canon, Emily would be polyamorous, but not like a throuple. It's not a throuple. But I was like, I could swing
Emily's
this.
a dirty cheater.
I could swing it as Emily's polyamorous, or she's like willing to be in an open relationship. And
Dirty
so
cheater.
Victor's in the mines. You know, Victor yearns for the mines.
I do.
I yearn
like
for the
mining.
beach and I yearn for the beach, a fishing pole, and a nice cold one. And
I yearn for the mines, a sword, and a pickaxe.
Victor asks me, "Hey, Brandon, what are you doing right now?" And I say, "You'll see." And then Victor gets the nice little chat box. Brandon is now dating Emily. And,
No, motherfucker! Motherfucker!
I decided that the way to call the race was who Emily goes camping with first. And so I got the letter first that Emily wanted to go camping, but for whatever reason, no, it was a festival day.
Yeah.
It was a festival day during like summer or fall. I forget. I think it was summer. I don't even think we're on fall yet.
Yeah.
But it was like the day of the luau that I got the mail, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to make this. Because we had also glitched our way into, not glitched, but like you put a chair on the side of the big log to get into the secret woods.
Yeah.
We had done that. And so I was unable to go. And then the next day, Victor got the thing where it was like, hey, Victor, let's go camping. You know, like in canon, it's like Brandon fucking flaked on me. Let's go camping.
Yeah.
And so me and Victor both went to the mines, and Victor beat me there. And I was like, I've got to admit defeat. I went and I bought that like wilted. I went and bought a bouquet, threw it in the furnace, wilted it, gave it to her, broke up, started going out with her sister, you know.
Yeah, no,
Peep game lock in. Peep game lock in.
Games. No, because the funniest part is like we were both also like trying to get Haley's hearts up in case we lost the race.
As the contingency, yeah.
It's a contingency.
God. Me and Victor, like, what games do we play? We really only have played Stardew and Minecraft. And Fortnite, yes.
Yeah.
No, don't forget Minecraft. Don't count out the Minecraft, even though that's mostly me at this point.
That's mostly you. I jump on Minecraft to fuck around. Like the realm's open. I am not big on vanilla Minecraft. I'm sad to say.
Let's come back to this afterwards. Let's come back to this afterwards because we got to wrap up the Stardew conversation.
Yeah.
What age do you headcanon Emily as? Because for me, I headcanon her as like 28 to 30, like crossing into cougar territory.
Same.
You know,
it's cougar territory. It's like it's hot. She's older than me and she's hot.
Amen. Amen.
She's older than me. She's hot. She's an airhead. Like
alt girl too. Alt girl
too. Like what else? What else do you want in a girl?
Amen. I love my partner.
I love my girlfriend.
No, it's like I mean I kind of like. I don't know. I don't want to like. I try not to dox. I don't even know if I've said their name on the podcast. I try not to dox them too much, just because it's like in the event that this ever does become a thing, like I don't want to drag my partner into this. Just because I know people are weird.
For me, we've talked about Nat enough on the podcast, and we technically had Nat on the podcast that one bit where we called Nat about if chocolate cows did chocolate milk.
Is she at work right now?
She's at work right now.
Fuck! I was gonna call her. Wait, what time? No, it's an hour behind me. Never mind. I'm used to people being a couple hours before me.
She is. She even if she has like 3 hours left in her shift.
Oh, that's gross. But anyways, it's I try not to dox my partner too much, just because I know people can get really weird really quickly.
Yeah.
On these kinds of things, it's like in the event, like if Momscast ever starts like rolling like upward, I'm unfollowing the Momscast account on my personal account.
Oh, me too.
I'm unliking every single one of the posts, and I'm gonna make a new Instagram that's like at Brandon from Momscast.
No, that definitely. I think
that I'm absolutely doing that. I'm unfollowing the Twitter. I'm unfollowing like the threads. I am removing any trace of my personal accounts from the Momscast account.
Oh no, same thing here.
I'll keep my Twitter, and I'll pivot my Twitter to being more like, I don't know. It's weird, but anyways,
I don't have a Twitter.
Going back to that, you do, you piece of shit, you lying piece of shit. You have a Twitter.
It's not a Twitter. It's an anime spoilers Twitter because it's technically illegal.
Yeah, but anyways, the pivot for me from Haley being my best girl in Stardew to Emily being my best girl in Stardew is really just because I started going out with my partner, and a lot of that stuff lines up, and that makes me happy. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be like a Momscast compilation of like Brandon character development. I'm sure that'll be a good soundbite.
I just from the get go like Emily. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
From the get go, I liked Emily and Penny. Then I got through more hard events with Haley, and then I started liking Haley more.
My thing is kind of the opposite. My best girl initially, so when I was like 16, it was like Abigail. A couple years later, my best girl was Penny. A couple years late, like not even a couple years. It was like a year after that was Haley. A couple years after that was Emily. So that's how my progression of that went. Jumping back to the games.
Yeah, Minecraft living. I don't like vanilla Minecraft that much.
I can't stand modded Minecraft. I'm the opposite. I'm the exact opposite on this.
I play heavily modded Minecraft. I'm playing with a friend, a mod pack. I'm gonna shout out Hard Rock Terraformer Craft.
Okay.
It is a grand total of I think around 215 mods, and it's really good. It can be annoying for some people because it's one of those like technical mod packs where you gotta like automate things, and I like that. It's my engineering brain. You know, if you ever played like Create, Tinkers,
Yeah.
Railcraft, all that kind of stuff, I like it.
I just can never get into it. I can never get into it.
Well, you basically do it.
I like Minecraft as a sandbox more than I like Minecraft as an objective-based thing. I like being able to pick my objectives. I don't like mod pack. Like, you put it into a mod pack and it has like a quest book, and I'm like immediately like, ugh.
Well, that's why I like technical mod packs, because like you get a quest book, but the quest book's not like you gotta do things in this order. It's like, hey, this is how you do things here, because like you're gonna need some help.
Now, my exception to disliking modded Minecraft is I really fuck with. We're losing the hose. We are losing the Swifties. We are losing.
Wait. Hey. Karma is my boyfriend.
Hold on. Let me keep jingling the keys, Victor. I keep jingling the keys. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I don't know the words after this. Blah 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 blah.
Cause baby, now we got bad blood.
Blah blah blah. Keep shaking the keys, Victor. Keep shaking the keys. One more. We gotta keep them in. Romeo, save me. I've been feeling so. Romeo, take me somewhere we could be alone. I've been waiting. All I have to do is you'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby. Just say yes. There we go. Okay, they're back.
There we go.
It's I don't know. The Momscast single player. The Momscast realm was pretty fun though.
Momscast realm was definitely fun.
I'm not on my 2-week Minecraft bender, you know.
You can't force it. No,
you can't. It comes to you. It really does come to you.
It comes to you.
Oh yeah.
I just think there's a lot of things you can do in Minecraft, and I hate Bedrock Minecraft. I will forever hate Bedrock Minecraft.
Oh, it sucks. I don't know what it is. It's just a lot worse.
I know, right?
Like, even if you play it on PC, I feel like it's still just like an inferior experience than just actually playing Java. Man, we pivoted so hard. We were like pretty like approachable topic to like now we're deep diving into like Minecraft shit. I had a thought.
Don't exert yourself, Brandon.
I had a thought. I know. I'm trying here.
I'll be right back. Oh,
Victor's gone? Oh, he's going? He's going to like, I don't know. I don't even know what he's going to do. What's he going to do? Victor left. All right, it's you and me again, son. I guess I'll tell you the funny thought that I had. I had a funny thought where it's like, we've never posted like clips indicating who is who. And I had a really funny thought of like, what if somebody was like looking at like the YouTube video or like some of the Instagram posts and they thought that I was Victor and Victor was me. And like the thought of my voice coming out of Victor's mouth was like really funny to me. And like the thought of Victor's mouth coming out, like the thought of Victor's voice coming out of my mouth was also really funny. Just because it's like, I would love somebody to be like clueless and assume that like the white guy is the one with like the really Hispanic voice from Panama. And like, I just think that would be funny because it's like, I speak some Spanish. It's not great though. I don't really have an accent when I speak it. And like, Victor's obviously got an accent when he speaks English. And I just thought that would be really funny to be like, I don't know, if you're like oblivious and you're like looking at the picture and you think that like Brandon is Victor and Victor is Brandon.
Huh?
Okay, so I was telling the audience my funny thought that I had, which will probably close out the episode, because over under Victor on a
1 hour and 15.
hold on, let me set the over under for you because you might change your
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
Over under 1 hour and 5.5 minutes.
1 hour and 11.
You're on the fucking money.
Let's go!
I don't believe. Okay, so anyways, the thing I was telling the audience was I thought it would be funny if somebody was like completely fucking clueless, like somebody like random who doesn't know us. Shout out girl from Wyoming.
Shout out girl from Wyoming if you still exist.
She liked the apology post.
I don't. I still believe people despawn when we get too far away from them. So you know.
She liked the post though, but yeah, shout out girl from Wyoming if you listen. Like, cheers to you, clink.
Clank. Shout out Lin-Manuel Miranda burner account.
Anyways, I had the thought of like those people don't know us, and what if one of them was like fucking clueless, and when they're listening to these episodes, they think that like you're me and I'm you, and so
Like-
they think like the tan guy with like black hair just speaks with like a fucking New York like a Pennsylvania New York accent, like mid-Atlantic accent, and they think that the white guy with long brown hair who fucking loves
The Polish
Weezer,
guy that clearly
no,
Polish
no,
guy.
hold on. I've mixed it up. Hold on. They think that the tan guy with black hair is like from New York, like New York, Philly area, and fucking loves Weezer. And they think that the white guy with long brown hair, like long hair, is like from Panama. And I thought it was really, yeah, you're chuckling, but like, I'm sure as we like grow in popularity, like, you know, if we ever do, you know, obviously I don't want to toot my own fucking horn here. We run a shitty podcast that I'm embarrassed to bring it up. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I don't bring it up. I just put it on my story sometime.
It's my thought process with it is I'm less embarrassed of the fact that we do this, and it's more of like the shame of being a white guy with a podcast.
It's a shame of being a man with a podcast.
It's internalized shame.
We've been doing this for long enough to where it's like,
I was telling you about this one time though. It's like we've passed the point of doing this where it's like it's not like, yo, check out my podcast, and we're on episode like 6.
we are on episode
38.
38. Commitment.
38 hours, just about, because you know you average it out. Every episode's about an hour. 38 hours of us speaking to each other on recording, and that's a little crazy to me.
It is a little crazy. But I don't know. Look, I know you can't see my face, but I am Victor. It's not going to solve anything. This is not going to solve what Brandon previously stated.
This will resolve it enough. If anybody had any doubts. Also, when you come out for... Oh, I don't want to spoil it. Oops, we forgot to record the ending. Bye.